Hey YouTube, this is Gracie and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is in celebration of National Send a Card to a Friend Day, which just so happens to be on February 7th. These cards in front of you are themed after Disney's Aladdin, and also why I included my sketch here of Jasmine. Now this card in particular is Disneybounding as the Cave of Wonders, which if you remember is that tiger-shaped cave that Aladdin has to go down into to get the genie lamp for Jafar. The color is in reference to the color of the cave because it is at nighttime. It does appear to be a bit like a dark navy blue. These gold brads on the four corners represent the cave's hoop gold earring that it has, and I use these scalloped edges to kind of reference the wrinkles in the cave's cheeks. And once you open it, it has these little teeth sort of shapes, and I thought that was perfect for when the cave opens up. Now the inside of this card here is actually inspired by a display window that's in Main Street, Disneyland, and I just thought that would be so perfect to include on my card. Now on the very inside of the card it says "You're a Diamond," which is a Stampin' Up! Stamp collection, and this references the quote, "Diamond in the rough" from the movie. On the back side I did my G logo and a diamond stamp. Now for this little ditty over here, I did a little shaker card for you guys, and I'll give a little brief description of how I made this at the end. Now to start with this card, all you have to do is cut down a piece of navy blue cardstock to the size of your card, and then I placed 4 of the brads through. You don't need a hole punch necessarily for this. All I did was just push these brads through and then opened up the backings on them. So you'll need to place that first down, and then you'll want to take your largest die cut, which I used the Spellbinders Nestabilities, and I used the largest one and made a frame. And once I did that, I took some vellum, which is gold and orange, and I made the shape of, layered gold pieces together, and I just glued that to the back side here. Once I did that and that dried, I included little dots of stickles on there to make it look even more like it was gold pieces. As you saw here, I included some pop dots, and all you'll want to do is remove the backings of those, place that onto your card, and then continue from there. Now before I move on, I want to tell you about the actual background of this card. I took a slightly different blue colored cardstock to change up the background color just a little bit to add more interest. And this actually kind of resembles the steps in the cave that go in and out of it, so you'll want to glue or tape that to the back side of the card first before you put this large layer on. Like I said, you'll want to go down in sequence, so 3 layers in. So here's the second layer, and just want to pop dot that to that layer, and then this is the 3rd layer in. Again, you'll just layer the vellum accordingly so that it doesn't show between layers. Now at the very end, you'll see here that I did a hole punch there so that when I did the last 3 layers of cardstock, I can put the brad through so that it will swivel when you want it to swivel. And there is the outside of the card. On the inside, all I did was take some extra scrap pieces that I had and stamped the "You're a Diamond" inside. Now to briefly go over this little diamond / ruby card, all I did was made a stencil with some computer paper, and then I took my clear plastic that I've been using for most of my other cards recently, put that on top, and then took a marker and drew out the lines. Once I did that, I turned it over and used the double-sided foam tape and just put it on these lines to be hidden. And then once I was done with that, I just put in a little bit of glitter and some sequins, and took some red glitter paper, placed it on top, added some pressure to it so that it would stick, and then flipped it over and cut accordingly. And I did the same thing when I placed those layers and pop dotted them onto a black piece of cardstock. All I did for the top here was just left some room, folded the cardstock over, and cut off all the excess. And on the very back side, I just took some red cardstock, stamped my G on there, and cut it out. So there you have it. There is your ruby / diamond little shaker card that Abu steals in the Cave of Wonders. And there you have it. There is your Disneybounding Cave of Wonders card for your friend and your red ruby shaker card. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And you can now follow me on Instagram at Disneybounding Gracie. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay tuned for next week's video, and I'll see you then. Bye!